Hey, so today I'm just going to be walking you through a story, well, something interesting that happened to me when I first started developing websites. So this story is from way back, way back. So some of the facts may not be accurate today, but it is what it is. And this is my story of how I started developing websites. In the beginning, I just wanted to experiment. You go online and you search how to make money online, and every time you do that, certain information would come up. So one of those things was affiliate marketing, ads on your website, and every time it seemed obvious I needed a website in order for me to make money online. So I wanted a website. The next thing I googled for was how to get a cheap or free website, because honestly I didn't have the income. I was still in college. I didn't have an income to justify it. So over those years I looked and I found WordPress.com. Now WordPress.com and WordPress.org are two completely different things, and you'll learn that in this video. Hopefully I managed to explain it well enough. So I go in there and I say, okay, let me start. The main aim, if you remember, is to make money online, and I wanted to be able to put my links in the blog, to start a blog, put links in it, affiliate links, put ads there so that my traffic can view the ads. This was me learning the basics of blogging. So I go in, I set it up, they give me a free domain, which is my blog name .wordpress.com, and I go with it because I didn't know any better. Once I started, and now I wanted to integrate, I've built this blog, I've started posting articles, and now I'm ready to get the ball rolling with monetization. I start researching monetization, and in each case I need to put links onto the site or some HTML code or the other. And every time I try to do this, it just doesn't allow it. I would put a link in a post, go and review the post, and the link was deleted or not clickable. I would put the HTML and it would always have an error for Google Ads. So then I decided, okay, why? Right? The first question you ask yourself is why. So I go in, I Google, I search, and yeah, Google really is a friend to those in need. So I really Googled, I searched, and after some research I realized WordPress.com, the free version, wouldn't allow it. You'd have to upgrade your plan to a paid version, and not the first paid version. You'd have to go to the highest version in order for you to be able to monetize, which I found to be ridiculous. At that point I said, okay, what's the alternative? So I looked at all the other website tools. There were so many, gosh, and at that point I decided to go with WordPress.org. I realized there's a difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org. I had some income coming in from my day job, and I really wanted to ramp up my blogging career because I wanted to stop working for people. That was the plan, stop employment completely. Then push on a few months, I learned that what I need for WordPress.org is a domain name and a web host, and I'll be able to put my WordPress website into that web host, and boom bam bing, it works. So I look for a web host. I find a web host that's willing to sell me a domain name, which solves a big problem I had, because the next question would have been, how do I put the web host and the domain name together, right? So then I get Godaddy. I take my card, I plug it into GoDaddy, and boom, I've invested in myself. Only to realize with GoDaddy, there are plans as well. So I took the lowest plan, which I could easily afford for the beginner blogger. There's no need to start with the most expensive things, right? So I start with the lowest plan, and it seems in order for my website to be accessible, for it to stop showing that notification where it says this website is not secure, I needed to get an SSL certificate. Then the costs start mounting because of the cheap plan. So what I decided to do was to look for another alternative, because it seemed with GoDaddy I kept having to add on things, kept having to pay for stuff. So I went on, did my research, and while watching a YouTube video, another Google product, while watching a YouTube video, I learned about this service provider called Namecheap. Give it a shot, right? So I go to namecheap.com. The link to Namecheap is in the description. I go to Namecheap and I do my due diligence. I check their website, I check the stats of their system, and we decide, I decide I'll go with Namecheap. So I set up a Namecheap account and I put my card into Namecheap, and boom bam bing, hosting covered. But I couldn't transfer my domain name from GoDaddy because GoDaddy wanted me to pay some fee for transfer. And I didn't understand it. I didn't want to give them any more money. I was fed up with them, so I just set up a new domain name completely and I started from there. So that's the story of how I went from zero knowledge to where I am now, building websites for people on WordPress, digital marketing and the likes. You start with zero knowledge and you grow, and you keep growing and you keep growing, and the hope is that you will develop. Now